What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Evan.
And I'm Ryan Noonheis, and today we're going to show you 3 ways that you can make your at-home training more effective.
Obviously, we can't go to the gym during this time and it freaking sucks. And on top of that, most people don't have the gym equipment that they need at their house to perform their normal training.
Right now, lots of people have to stick with training with either just their body weight or low-load implements like bands, light dumbbells, and light kettlebells. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't actually know how to utilize these training modalities to create a sufficiently challenging training session or workout program.
So you can absolutely get an effective training stimulus using these implements. There's a couple methods that we actually suggest that you employ to better your chances of maintaining your current physique and fitness levels or providing some small increases in performance while the gyms are shut down.
The first training method that you can use to improve your at-home training is to use specific tempo-based training. Now, tempo is just a descriptor that we use to talk about how fast each repetition in a given set should be. Now, while technically all reps and all sets are done with tempo, so it's all tempo-based training, we're talking specifically about using either pretty slow tempos or tempos that utilize pauses in the disadvantageous portions of each repetition.
One of our favorite uses of tempo with low loads, bands, or bodyweight exercises is a 3-0-3-0 tempo, which indicates a 3-second lowering or eccentric phase, a 3-second concentric or lifting phase with 0 pauses throughout the range of motion. So this type of tempo can make even bodyweight exercises very demanding, and it can work to improve the work capacity of the local musculature that we're working.
Another option that you have is to actually use pauses in each repetition. Me and Evan typically advise using pauses in the disadvantageous portion of each repetition, as this technique will actually make each rep harder and therefore make bodyweight or low load based exercise much more challenging. So for example, if you're doing goblet squats, you could do pauses in the bottom of the goblet squat. If you're doing push-ups, you could do pauses in the bottom of the push-up, or if you're doing bridges, you could pause in the top of the bridge. Each of these pause styles represents pausing in the hardest part of each rep, which will go a long way to making your at-home training a lot more effective.
Ooh, that's good. So adding pauses to these parts of the reps will make the exercises more challenging, and they'll also allow you to overload these otherwise lower intensity exercises more.
The next training method that we're going to go over is using density or Amrap style work. Now, what this type of work entails is either picking one exercise and doing as many reps of that exercise as you can in a given time frame, or taking 2 or more exercises, performing them back to back, and doing as many rounds of that as you can in a given time frame. So, for example, if you're doing an upper body workout at home and you want to end with a nice little bicep pump, all you have to do is do like a 4-minute AMRAP of band bicep curls. Now, just to warn you, this type of training really burns.
Similarly, you can pair 1 or more exercises together and perform as many rounds of those as you can in a given time frame. So for example, if you're doing like an 8-minute density or AMRAP set and you pick 2 exercises, say the banded push-up and a banded row, you would perform 10 banded push-ups, 10 banded rows, and continuously do that for 8 minutes and complete as many rounds as possible.
Again, this type of training is very physically demanding, and if it's not something that you're used to or that you've done in the past, Evan and I usually recommend that you start off a little bit easier. You can do that one of 2 ways. You can either start off with a shorter working time for the working sets, or you can start off doing a slower pace for the reps that you're doing during those work sets. As you become better and better at these and you find that you're not getting challenged quite as much, you can progress this by either progressing the duration of each work set or by performing the repetitions at a faster pace.
The last training method you could use to improve your at-home workouts is to use unilateral based movements, so staggered or kickstand movements as your main exercises. By using 1 limb instead of 2, you can make low load and bodyweight exercises a lot more challenging. So if you're fortunate enough to have a light kettlebell, or any kettlebell for that matter, instead of performing a goblet squat, you could perform a kettlebell rear foot elevated split squat instead.
Or instead of doing regular push-ups, you can do kickstand push-ups in which one hand is elevated up on a small object and is assisting very minimally in the exercise, placing a lot more of the demand on the supporting arm.
Other examples of unilateral exercises are single leg RDLs, one arm floor press, one arm dumbbell row, split squats, and a single arm overhead press.
A nice added benefit to performing unilateral or kickstand style work is that it'll probably give you a little bit more of a challenge to your overall trunk strength and stability than performing your typical bilateral style work. So you might not have to do quite as many crunches or planks to get the same added benefit.
At the end of the day, feel free to mix and match any of these training methods into your at-home workouts to make them more fun and challenging. Make them your own, experiment with things, implement, mix and match. It's gonna keep your workouts much more fun. Also, it's gonna ensure that your workouts are hard enough to actually get some benefit out of.
If you need further help with either coming up with your own at-home training program or modifying your current one to make it a little bit more challenging for you, then you can contact either myself or my brother on our social media profiles, or you can join my private Facebook group called Rebuild Barbell.
We're gonna link our social media profiles and the link to register for Rebuild Barbell down below. So we hope you guys are finding ways to train while at home. Most importantly, stay safe out there. But in the meantime, while you're not working out, I know you're watching Netflix because I'm doing the same. Just started The Tiger King. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's kind of weird, just got into the first episode. So let me know in the comments what shows you guys are watching. I'm always open for suggestions. If you've liked this video and found value in it, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button and consider subscribing to me and my brother's channel. If you do, also go press that little bell notification so you don't miss another video coming out.